Hey guys, Shaun back again with a fresh Let's Play. Playing something of a legendary game. Well, legendary might be a bit much. It's not like it's Ocarina of Time. Generally considered one of the best games of the generation. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Excellent reputation, very well considered. If you followed us while we were doing the commentaries, you may know that I did already do this game for commentary.
Shall I go on? Shall I go on? Shall I go on?
That sounds compressed as hell. Yeah, you may know that I did do this for commentary a little while back. I was playing the HD version on PS3 for that. As you may have noticed from the button prompts, I'm actually playing it on the Gamecube here. And there is a reason for that. These cutscenes aren't subtitled, so I'm going to stay quiet for them so you can get the story.
Is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction, but I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. Know first, I am the son of Shaun, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to Azad with a small company of men, we passed through India, where the promise of honor and glory tempted my father into a grievous error.
No, my son.
Your Majesty, I trust you will remember your promise. The Maharaja's treasure hoards lie within.
See how he fights. Like a warrior son.
Do you think I felt regret as I gazed upon the destruction we had wrought? Or at least humility at the speed with which a world can be transformed from a good world into a hell? If you think so, you are mistaken. For in that moment I thought of one thing only. The honor and glory I would bring my father by fighting like a warrior in my first battle.
Ooh. That didn't look pleasant. So, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Yeah, if you not like many people were around, but if you were following me during the commentary days, you'll know I did actually do this for commentary, and I did the HD version on PS3. Not overly fond of that. Let me see if I can change it.
Shall I go on?
Yeah, it feels better. Alright. The HD version had multiple issues. More than anything, all that had really been done was the graphics had been sharpened. That was kind of it. And the sound mixing was horrible. Everything sounded like it was happening in a tunnel, which was really bad. All the sounds echoed really badly. had this horrible issue where it would... Oh god, that guy just faded into the... They're fading into the floor, that's horrifying.
Many men that day sought to win honor and glory on the battlefield, that their king might say to them, as Khosrow said to Rustam, "You are the noblest of my warriors." From the moment my sword tasted blood, I knew this would not be my way. I would win my father's praise, not by killing, but by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders within.
So, yeah, it also had this weird issue where it would crash if you had anything downloading on the system. Which is awful more than anything. No idea why it affects it, but when I got the game, because I bought it digitally on PS3, the camera is not helpful. I got the game and I got it digitally, it was the trilogy, so I got Warrior Within and Two Thrones with it. And it was like, okay, I'll download Sands of Time, and then play that while Warrior Within and Two Thrones are downloading. And Sands of Time just kept crashing on the title screen. No idea why, so I ended up looking into it, and it turns out that the game will just crash if you have anything downloaded on the system. And from what I could find, it's a bug plenty of people have found, but the game has never been patched. It was a very low effort thing from Ubisoft. So one of the biggest issues with Sands of Time is the complete lack of subtitles, but important conversations and dialogue don't just happen during cutscenes, they regularly spread into the gameplay as well. And again, calling back to the commentary, it was a little bit dull in the commentary when we did it, and I think largely because we were not paying attention to the story at all, and there was no way for us to pay attention to the story. Cutscenes do happen every now and then, but a majority of the story goes on during gameplay in unsubtitled sequences. So what I am thinking of for this Let's Play is to just kind of shut up when those conversations happen. And hopefully it'll be a little more interesting if you can actually hear the story. So yeah, we're playing this on the Gamecube. The Gamecube is actually what I first owned this on. This game came out in 2003, and I got it in 2003. It was a big deal, actually. I remember the game got a good amount of hype. In 2003, I think Ubisoft also brought out...
Shall I continue my story from here, the next time we're interrupted?
Oh god, that is heavily compressed. Ugh. Yeah, Splinter Cell came out, and so did Beyond Good and Evil, which... Splinter Cell is probably a game we're not going to get to anytime soon. Beyond Good and Evil is, because I do really love Beyond Good and Evil. We'll get to that at some point.
Done. I'll stop.
Never really enjoyed... I didn't really enjoy the first two Splinter Cells. It wasn't until Chaos Theory that I actually had fun with the series and actually beat one of the games. I thought Chaos Theory was really good. Maybe we'll get around to that at some point, who knows. They might be like, oh, Shaun, you're playing a GameCube game again. It's like, yes, I am.
And there it lay, just out of reach. The Dagger of Time. There was a treasure I could carry with pride as a trophy of our victory. If I could only get there.
Well, yeah, I'm playing a GameCube game again. At this point, This will be going up after Tony Hawk's Underground. So, you know, I enjoy the GameCube. A lot of my favourite games are on GameCube, and I have a lot of stuff for GameCube. And if we're going back to play a bunch of stuff that I really like, chances are it's going to be on GameCube, because that'll be how I actually experienced it the first time. Like this, I played this on GameCube. I have it on PS2, and you know, the PS2 probably, the sound probably isn't anywhere near as compressed. It was the biggest issue the GameCube had, the disc space, and I think a bunch of third-party games did actually suffer a bit for it, which is kind of a shame. But, you know, let's do this how I did this back in the day, and not in that awful PS3 port, which, honestly, it was so bad, that HD version. And I got the, I got the Splinter Cell HD collection as well, the HD trilogy for that. And I didn't spend as much time on that, largely because I was really only there to play Chaos Theory, as I said. But, what I did play was honestly really not great. It looked really jagged and rough and awful. Didn't play that well, honestly. That might just be because of its aging, though. And I thought to myself at the time, it's like, you know, I remember when Splinter Cell was labelled as like the Metal Gear Solid killer. And the first Splinter Cell did come out after Metal Gear Solid 2. So why does Metal Gear Solid 2 look so much better in the HD version than Splinter Cell does? Maybe the graphic style has aged better, but I think mostly it's down to a lack of effort. The Metal Gear Solid HD collection was done by Bluepoint, who have, at this point, a very solid reputation for that kind of thing.
I had what I came for. It was time to get out. Now.
Doing this horribly. Yeah, Prince of Persia Sands of Time, the big deal at the time is the it's the parkour gameplay. We'd never really seen anything like this in gaming at the time, which was like one of the coolest things about it. Like the running along the wall as a platforming method was really cool, and the rewind mechanic was awesome.
Father, I have brought us honor and glory.
Your Majesty, you promised me my choice of the Maharaja's treasures. That dagger.
Surely you won't deny the lad a souvenir of his first battle. You may have your choice of all the Maharaja's other treasures. Except that hourglass. That will make a fine gift for the Sultan of Azad when we pass through his city. And some exotic animals for his menagerie. And a few dozen slave girls. Yes, that should be enough. I want no animals or maidens harmed until I have chosen. Let it be known, King Sharaman is merciful in victory.
Trust not a man who has betrayed his master, nor take him into your own service, lest he betray you too. I learned the truth of this to my sorrow, the day that we arrived in Azad as the Sultan's honored guests.
My friend.
Your visit brings joy and honor to my poor and humble dwelling. If only you'd given me time to prepare a proper welcome.
The glories of Azad are famed throughout the world. best is yet to come. I give you the Sands of Time. May the friendship between our kingdoms endure as long as time itself.
The Sang, why does it glow? I can tell you. Inside the hourglass is a marvel that no living man has seen. Alas, only the dagger can unlock the sands of time, and it belongs to a greater one than I. A young prince, dearer to his father than all the wealth of India. Perhaps he will oblige.
No. No! Stop!
Is it meant to do this?
Alicia Sigataha!
Give me the dagger.
No.
You have unleashed the sands of time. I can undo what you have done. Give it to me.